walkway on the bottom of the lake. This tunnel continues on to the man-made island where the Mirapolis is built.
On the bottom of the lake, there's a tree-lined street.
It's kinda dreamy.
Apparently this was once the planned construction site for a dam. The plan hit a snag and the owner bought the abandoned lake for cheap.
Anita, how about saying something a little more inspiring?
For example?
It's an indoor amusement park with all the latest equipment. Popular virtual games, futsal and curling are found in this fun palace.
They got regular attractions like other parks too, right?
And at nighttime, isn't there a really wonderful illusion show? Yeah, the Mirapolis is really like a kingdom of dreams.
We're really lucky to be invited to the Mirapolis' opening event.
Wait a second. That's not so, right? The only one invited was me. I don't remember saying I'd take you with me.
Actually, he wound up saying he'd take George and everyone else 2 weeks ago. An invitation letter addressed to Mr. Moore was sent from Mirapolis' owner. At the same time, Mitch and the rest of the gang happened to stop by the detective office looking to play.
The Mirapolis? You were invited to the opening event at the Mirapolis? No way! I'm so jealous.
I sent in dozens of postcards, but none of them were winners in any of the drawings.
Same here. You know, even before its opening, people have been making a big commotion about that place.
That made it really difficult to win in the drawings, right?
Please, Detective Moore!
Take us with you to the Mirapolis!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Not a chance. I'm not bringing any kids with me. First of all, if I drag the lot of you there, won't that cause trouble for the Mirapolis?
But, Dad, doesn't it say that you can take as many people as you want with you? And kids are definitely welcome?
Is that true?
Rachel, why'd you have to mention something like that?
Then it's no problem, right? And I'll take care of these kids so they won't be a nuisance to you at all.
So, Rachel vouched for George and everyone else. And in the end, all of us went with Richard.
Yay! Thanks a lot, Miss Moore.
Don't worry about it. The more the merrier. But in return, you'll all behave yourselves, right?
You bet! Hello there! Welcome to the Mirapolis! A maid? Yes, I'm CJ Arnold, one of the maids here. I'm also known as CJ the Maid Detective.
The Maid Detective? Wow! You're a detective? So are we! We're the Junior Detective League!
Oh, well, I'm usually just a maid. Detective work is like my hobby.
Oh, then you're just like us, too.
Yeah, 'cause we're just usually elementary school students. Well, there you have it. Then I'm a maid detective. If you need anything, be sure to call me.
Woohoo! Allow me to introduce myself, young lady. I'm the famous...
You're the great detective Richard Moore, aren't you?
Ah, so you know who I am.
Yes. Well, actually, I'm a really, really big fan of yours.
Oh, is that so?
Well, meeting you, Detective Moore, has made me so happy.
Well, what can I say?
Dad, just like you to act like such a fool all of a sudden.
Then let's get to it, Detective. Please, tell me what kind of case you're on.
What?
Well, of course, you obviously came here to investigate a case. Isn't that right?
Oh, well, I'm just here today as an invited guest.
It's okay. Your secret is safe with me. I may not look it, but I can keep a secret with the best of them.
Yeah, you certainly don't look it all right.
So then, how about if I assist you in your work?
Assist, you say? What do I say to that?
Excuse me, CJ. We'd kind of like to get to the Mirapolis so we can play. Oh, silly me. I was lost in a dream. I almost forgot about my job as a maid. I'm such a goof. In the Mirapolis, all the games and attractions are free all the time. Whenever you win at something, points will be added to your passport, which serves as your ID. With those points, you can have a meal, go shopping, or use the pool or the gym. The games are really all free?
And the shopping, too?
Yes, and on top of that, the guest who earns the most points while this event is being held will, believe it or not, receive a permanent pass that can be used at the Mirapolis for as long as they live.
Huh? Are you serious? A permanent pass, meaning that games, food, and shopping are free at the Mirapolis for the rest of your life?
I could eat all the steamed eel I want for the rest of my life.
I could rent out the pool and have a big bash with lots of young ladies. I could do anything. Woo!
It's too early to be thinking like that. I'll definitely get the highest score. The permanent pass will be all mine.
They're all having such a good time.
So then, does everyone understand how to use their passport? Well now, it will be my pleasure to guide you all to the opening ceremony. This here's the hall where the opening ceremony will be held.
Cool!
It's like the kind of place where celebrities go. At nighttime, it'll also be used for dinner shows.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin shortly. Mrs. Chase is getting ready, so to fill in the gap, I'll treat you to some jokes. What do you call temple music with an edge? Monk rock! Waka waka! Thanks for the applesauce! Did you hear the turtle's back fell off? Well, now he's a shell of his former self! Thank you once again for the applesauce!
Lame.
Yeah, they're even cornier than the jokes in Dr. Agas's quizzes.
Ugh, they're light years cornier than that.
That's what you get from the corniest man in Japan.
Well, it looks like the preparations for the ceremony are now finished. So, let's introduce our hosts. The owner of the Mirapolis, Jack Chase, and his wife, Utako Chase. Mr. Chase, the mic is yours.
Everyone, I'm honored that you are here today at the Mirapolis' opening ceremony. Thank you so much for coming. The Mira in Mirapolis comes from mirage, meaning illusion. So, away from reality, you can spend your time in a dreamlike location.
あなたには関係ないでしょ話して I have nothing to do with you. Let go of me.
It's all right, don't you think? Me and your friends, right? Come on. Come on! Tell me! How much dough you promised?
I told you to let go of me.
Do Mr. Ogre and the woman in the sunglasses know each other?
Conan, why are you just staring into space? The ceremony's already finished. Oh, really?
Let's hurry and go to the arcade! We're gonna play forever!
Conan, let's go! Oh, okay.
I'll be the first one there!
Hey, not fair! Head starts are for cowards, George! Ouch! You okay, Mitch?
You're such a klutz.
Oh, did you skin your knee? That's too bad. Hang in there, little detective. Thank you. You're welcome. Wow, that CJ's like some kind of angel, don't you think?
He's got it pretty bad.
Yo, if you don't hurry up, I'll just leave you behind.
Hey, wait for me, George!
Minus 1,000 points? Forget about that permanent pass. I'm not going to be able to buy a single thing. Rats. I'm finished with this game.
Hey, let's play the Mask Yaiba.
Again? We played Mask Yaiba a whole bunch just a little while ago. Why don't we play something else?
All right, what then?
Okay. Anita, what do you want to play?
I've had enough. I want to have a walk around this place.
You're gonna stop playing video games? Yeah, me too. Conan? Rachel, is it okay if we take a walk around?
That's fine, but just be careful you don't get yourselves lost.
Okay. All right. Let's just have fun by ourselves then.
It really wasn't necessary. You didn't have to go with me.
It's all right. I was getting tired of playing video games too. It was perfect timing, actually.
Okay.
Well, where should we go? This here is the hall where the ceremony was just held. When there's nothing special going on, they use it as a cafe.
So, isn't that Detective Moore over there alongside those two beautiful women?
Well, no matter how tough a case, it will be solved in no time if yours truly is involved.
Amazing! That sure sounds like a great detective, all right.
You guys must be having fun.
Keith?
We were just listening to Mr. Moore's story about a case he solved a long time ago.
Hey, Keith, why don't you join us?
Thanks for asking, but I need to work out a few things for tonight's show with Emily.
With, Emily?
Mr. Moore, I'm very sorry, but is it all right if I borrow Emily for a little while?
Of course. I don't mind at all. Darn it, I was at a really good part, too.
Keith, what about me?
Nah, don't worry about it, Linda.
Huh?
If you come, then wouldn't that be rude to Mr. Moore? Besides, we'll be rehearsing the underwater illusion. Well, Emily, are you ready to go?
Sure.
Linda?
My sister is always like this. She always takes boys that I like away from me. She's like the devil in disguise.
Devil in disguise?
Listen to this, Mr. Moore. In junior high, I liked Don West, and in high school, I was dating John Evans, and other boys too. She stole them all. There's just so many of them, and I'm not exaggerating either.
It's awful. Can you even imagine having a sister like that?
Looks like Detective Moore is in a bit of trouble, huh?
He's trying to weasel his way out of the conversation. Huh? That's Mr. Chase. And he's with Mr. Ogre.
Just what are you looking for anyway?
Nothing. I ain't looking for nothing at all, man.
Don't play dumb. You must have something in mind. Thugs like you just don't come to a place like this.
It ain't all right for me to be here. I'm just enjoying myself at your event. I drew a lucky raffle ticket.
I'm sick of scum like you.
That Mr. Ogre is saying he's just a regular guest who won a drawing. Looks like he's an acquaintance of Mr. Chase's from some time ago.
You think those two know each other from somewhere?
Not the friendliest relationship, but I guess so. Whoa, there's nature here as well. That's a relief.
There's Keith and Emily.
Yes, that's the right timing. Just keep it going like that.
You sure? I'm worried it won't work when it's time for the real thing.
Hey, what are you guys doing out here?
We're practicing for tonight's show.
You see, we're going to put on an underwater illusion on stage tonight. We're working on our timing.
It's important to work well together, right?
Yeah, so you came to a place like this?
Just keep it a secret that we're practicing here, okay?
Why?
I don't want to spoil it for the audience, all right?
I see, I won't tell anyone at all. So this is the pool.
Looks like nobody's here.
Well, they're in the middle of the opening event. It looks like it hasn't even been used yet.
Huh? Someone's on the ground over there.
What? It's that woman wearing sunglasses. I saw her at the opening ceremony before. From this mark, it appears she was strangled around the neck by a cord. No pulse. Pupils are dilated. That means murder!
Apparently we're in your area of expertise now, Jimmy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Think I should call Detective Moore?
Please. In the meantime, I'll investigate the crime scene.
Judging by the state we found the body in, not much time has passed since she was killed. I estimate the time of death as 7:30 p.m. The killer strangled the victim from behind. The strangulation mark is clearly thicker on the left side as compared to the right side. They tied the cord behind her and pulled downwards to their right. Does that mean they were right-handed? The victim has no ring on the ring finger of her left hand. So was she single? Her clothing wasn't damaged, so there probably wasn't a violent struggle. There are no signs of resistance. There's also a chance the killer first knocked her out with some kind of sleeping medicine before murdering her. Did this bag belong to the victim? Maybe I can find some kind of clue. I think I'll look inside. On this batch of business cards in her bag, it says, Lily, Upscale Bar, Manager, Jess Rayburn. Inside, there's some money in large notes and very little small change. There's also some credit cards. Apparently, theft was not the motive of the crime. There's also lipstick, foundation, perfume, all of it luxury goods made by foreign companies. And there's a handkerchief and some tissues. What's this? Looks like a copy of a newspaper or something. It's a daily paper from May 2nd, 1995. A newspaper from 12 years ago? Stalker murder. Car drives off cliff. Family dies in late night fire. What's a 12-year-old newspaper doing next to the body? Was it one of the victim's belongings? Or was it put there by the murderer?
Here he is.
Conan!
Mr. Moore!
What in the world happened?
We were going for a walk and found her by accident. It looks like this woman was murdered.
It's her.
Mr. Chase, please contact the police.
Oh, yes.
To keep the crime scene intact, let's close this room until the police get here.
Okay.
By the way, Mr. Chase, do you know this woman, the victim?
No, I don't know her. I've never seen her before.
Huh? But Mr. Chase, when you saw the victim a second ago, didn't you say it's her?
Well, before, I saw her in the ceremony hall. When I said I haven't seen her, I meant that I actually wasn't acquainted with her.
He's clearly shaking.
Then you're certain that she was a guest who came to the event?
She wasn't invited by us, so she had to have won a drawing or something.
Well, when the police arrive, such details will surely be brought to light.
Detective Moore, I have a request to make.
What is it?
Somehow, I'd like to keep the fact that this incident has occurred a secret from the other guests. A murder taking place on the first day that the Mirapolis opened could have a horrible effect on future business.
I understand how you might feel. Well, to avoid unsettling the guests and causing panic, it may be wise to keep the matter under wraps.
Thank you very much.
Hear that? The two of you better not tell anyone anything about this. Don't mention a single word to any of those other kids.
And keep it a secret from Rachel as well?
No, I'll explain the situation to her so she can keep an eye on you. In particular, don't be hanging around the place, you little rascals!
Ow! And I haven't done anything yet.
What? Stop playing and wait back at our rooms?
But why do we have to stop playing our games?
Well, that's because some other customers complained that the machines weren't working properly. They have to do a complete inspection.
Oh, what are they talking about?
The games were working just fine. But just because they're inspecting the games doesn't mean we have to stay in our rooms, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I just don't understand.
Did all you guys forget? In return for being allowed to come to the Mirapolis, you all promised to behave yourselves.
I can't argue with that.
We've got no choice, huh? We'll just have to hold out for a while.
Conan, Anita, I heard about what happened from my dad. It must have been awful.
It's all right, Rachel. We're used to this kind of thing.
But you know, you can't just play detective like you always do. The murderer is most likely hiding somewhere inside these buildings.
Oh, that's true.
Since you understand, then, you'll wait back at the rooms with everyone else, right?
Is she serious? Then she's got me. With Rachel watching over me, there's no way I can investigate.
Well, for just this once, there's nothing we can do. Maybe you should go back to your room.
Man.
Hey, kid. You're here too?
What? Oh, hey, it's Harley.
Rachel and Conan and Anita. I haven't seen you guys in ages.
Katrina!
Well, Jimmy, what luck. Imagine meeting you at a place like this.
Whoa.
I mean, Conan.
What brought you guys here?
We were invited. My mom knows someone involved with the Mirapolis.
But at first, Harley looked like he had no interest in coming. When I told him Mr. Moore was invited, he got really excited all of a sudden.
Well, of course. If the great Detective Richard Moore is coming, then my pal will be there too. I just really love seeing Conan, you know?
Okay, Harley. Aren't you going a bit overboard?
Harley and Conan really do get along, huh?
Say, Harley.
Yeah?
Murder.
A murder?
Shh.
There was a murder?
Wow. Things have gotten more interesting. That means it's dangerous for you, Katrina. You gals better stay right here.
What about you, Harley?
I'm gonna investigate this murder a little. Gonna borrow Conan for a while.
Hey, wait, Harley!
Me and the kid'll share the same room. Let's go.
Wait a second! I hope Conan will be all right.
He'll be with that knucklehead Harley, but I guess he'll be okay.
Meeting you here has really helped me out. I owe you one, Harley.
Nah, no problem at all. So, buddy, how about filling me in on that murder?
The victim was Jess Rayburn, manager of a small bar. She was strangled. I doubt it was theft, and there wasn't a struggle.
I see. Maybe the murderer used sleeping medicine to knock out the victim before killing her. The woman was strangled on her stomach, which says something about the culprit, as they didn't have to see her face during the crime. Well then, were there any other clues?
A copy of a cutout from a daily newspaper dated May 2nd, 1995 was placed next to the body.
May 2nd, 1995. A newspaper from 12 years ago? If it was next to her body, think it was one of her belongings?
No, it was likely placed there on purpose so it would stand out. Maybe it was put there by the killer.
For what reason? To throw off our investigation?
Or perhaps it's a message from the murderer.
You don't say. Then that could mean the killer's motive is hidden within that newspaper. Oh, I know what to do. I'll ask Mr. Otaki to send me a copy of that paper from that same day.
Good idea.
But, more importantly, we first need to gather more information.
Yeah,